This is Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Crusoe, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is Adam Flagler, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Kason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk. This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Yeah.
Charmander. Or you're more of a Charmeleon guy.
Charmeleon.
This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what
Schlecht?
it means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. With me tonight, this is a special night here at the Paycom Center. We're in the belly of the Paycom Center. I've got Joe Mussatto.
I'm loving this. This is a cool little setup we've got. We're here on Halloween night. Hi.
Spooky.
Am I supposed to stop talking now? Okay.
I've got Rylan Stiles.
I'm just grateful to be here. It's an honor. It's a privilege.
Wow.
Keeping it clean.
Wow. Keeping it clean here. And I've got Brandon
Family
Rahbar.
friendly.
Hey, I'm excited. This is my Down to Dunk debut.
Is that can't be true? Is
It's
that true?
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Wow, this is great. So we do a podcast that's on Patreon that you can go listen to right now if you want to. Actually, not actually right now because I haven't published it yet. But if you're listening tomorrow, you can listen to it right now if you go to patreon.com/OKC Dream Team, where we recorded a recap of the game. So if you want to hear the recap, you can listen to that. Here, we're going to answer some Twitter questions. And so we'll definitely like weave in things that happened tonight because a lot of these questions are about tonight. But tonight we are just going to be answering as many Twitter questions as we can in like the next maybe half hour or so. So let's go with, oh my gosh, I'm not even ready to answer TQs yet because Twitter is.
I hope someone asked you what your favorite Halloween costume was.
Yeah.
Listen, that is a Patreon only answer.
That one's behind a paywall.
Okay,
It's worth it too.
First question
Link in
is
bio.
link in bio. First one is from my guy at Peterman33. Whose role are you most surprised by so far?
I gotta say AJ Mitchell's.
Yeah,
Like the fact that he's playing a real role already, like from the jump, every single game, real minutes. Like these aren't garbage time minutes that AJ is playing. It's got to be, to me, AJ Mitchell.
Yeah, I was trying to rack my brain for a second answer just to add something different, but I'm blown away by AJ Mitchell and that he has a legitimate role on the best team in the West as a rookie two-way player.
Yeah, I think that the only answer for role is AJ Mitchell. You can get better answers, like more diverse answers with performance and production, but role is AJ Mitchell.
yeah. If you were to just tell me from like a time machine that Oos was playing a ton
Oos
of
is
minutes
good.
off the bench,
Yeah.
that'd be another one. But I think that
But
is,
contextually, with what we know,
with what we
that
know
they're
of,
hurt.
yeah, about them having zero backup big men.
Yeah.
And it's just, but here's the thing. Oos has been okay.
Okay is, I think, underselling him.
Well, go,
Wow,
go for
whoa.
it. Go for
Pretty
it.
good.
Go for
I
it,
mean-
Oos, man.
I mean, he's playing the gaps well. He's plugging the lane well. He's really just been overall really good defensively. And then offensively, for the first time in his NBA career, he's playing with force. And that's the big thing for him. He's taking threes without hesitation. He's getting to the rim a little bit better. He's putting a body on guys, rebounding the ball, which they really need as their only backup five. He's checking all the boxes.
He had the most hilarious layup that I've ever seen, I think, where he was fast break and you're like, man, this is awesome. Like he's going to the hoop. He gets there and there's one player that he beats and there's another one and he just stops.
Yeah.
And just like through just the pause, he just had like this laugh that he was like, dink.
It was perfect. It was some Kyle Anderson stuff right there.
It was 1-footed too. Like he stood on the 1 foot for like a couple of seconds and waited for both dudes to go by.
Can I try again at this question, by the way?
Yeah, try again.
I'm going to say Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
Great answer.
That's
a great answer.
If you style.
Yeah, I know. That's a good answer.
Number 2 answer on the board.
That's right.
Caruso.
Yeah. In that he hasn't started yet. I think that's a big surprise as far as role
At times
goes.
off the first guy off the bench.
Yep.
Yeah. Was he like the Thunder's like 8th man right now?
Yeah.
Pretty good 8th man.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. At Sriracha Singers wants to know, how worried should we be about the Thunder's offensive woes once we start playing better teams? Should we be worried?
I don't think so. I mean, there's so much shooting variance in a small sample size. And we've seen like Chet, for instance, going 0 for 10 in the first 2 games. And then, 3 of 5 and 3 of 3 tonight. I mean, that's just Chet, for example. But we saw over a big sample size last season, this team was the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. I don't know, it'll repeat that number, but it's going to go up. Like the offense is going to get better. This team is too talented not to.
Yeah, there are many things to worry about in this here world. And I don't think the Thunder's offensive woes, I wouldn't even call them offensive woes. I think they're getting a lot of shots they want. But the Thunder has won every game by at least 10 points, and they're 27th in 3-point percentage. And that is just going to have some positive regression. I mean, it's not going to finish that. It's only going to get better. I think it's independent of, what defenses they're playing right now. I think it's don't worry. Don't you worry about a thing, Rylan.
Yeah, don't worry, be happy. I think that this offense, like Joe said, is going to come around. We just know these guys too much at this point. Like Isaiah Joe, for example, he's not lighting it up from 3. Do you expect Isaiah Joe to shoot 33% all year? Of course you don't.
I don't.
Like J-Dub has not had a massive scoring outburst yet. We know it's going to happen. Shea's trying to shoot more threes. Brandon, great point about Chet. 0 for 10. He was 0 for the season heading into Sunday. Now he's blitzing the nets. So, it's going to take time. We're not even to the 10-game sample size yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't really, labored offensively. They've missed some really quality looks and some really good opportunities that they could not capitalize on. And, yes, that's not good to not capitalize, but you're at least getting the chance at good looks, and this team is so talented that they're going to fall.
Yeah, who's the first good team that they're going to play?
Ugh.
Because they play Portland.
Orlando Monday is a spunky matchup.
Orlando.
Yeah. The Nuggets again.
Orlando.
If they still qualify.
I mean, Denver on the road again. They play Houston on Down to Dunk Night. By the way, get your Down to Dunk Night tickets right now.
You can meet all of us at Down to Dunk Night.
You could.
If you wanted to. Not that we're
definitely
Rylan, this isn't about us. We're just fill-ins.
Yeah, subs. Tap the helmet like Anthony Richardson. I mean, we need some help.
I mean, people would love to meet you. Let them know. Let them know, listeners. You'd love to meet Rylan. Golden State. They play Phoenix on November 15th.
I mean, the answer is Denver. They've played Denver.
Yeah. But, I mean, who's playing well currently?
Yeah.
And when do you play them?
They play Dallas on the 17th. That's probably the first real test.
Jason Kidd in the regular season, though, terrible. Postseason, he's great, but regular season, I don't like Jason Kidd.
Well, the good news is Hardenstein will be back, towards the end of November,
Yeah, around Turkey Day.
Right. So I mean,
call it Turkey Day?
I'm just trying some workshopping here.
Okay.
It's not my podcast, so I'm working shopping. No offense. What? I'm workshopping here.
I'm not offended.
Turkey Day, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
There's only one holiday that I keep constant. I always
What's that?
switch it up. Christmas. It's called Christmas with a capital C, baby.
Yeah.
Every other holiday, we try things.
Okay.
NYE.
I don't buy this.
NYE?
Do you call
New Year's
Valentine's
Eve?
Day
V-Day.
something else? Gosh.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Kiss me. We're ready. St. Pat's.
What about Labor Day?
Labes.
Okay.
Labes.
You gotta be careful.
We have a question from at E E-Wagon 3R, which I think he might be trying to use the 3 as an E, which would spell E. Wagner. And he's asking, is SGA shooting too many threes? Said small sample this season, but much more efficient when he's driving and getting to the line.
I don't think he's taking too many threes at all. I mean, tonight there was a couple where you would say, maybe those were the best looks, but besides a couple tonight, the whole season sample size have been really good looks and looks that you need to shoot in the playoffs to win a championship. So I just think that, sure, you're sacrificing some efficiency. And I said this on Locked On Thunder, but this team knows that they can get to the rim at will. In the regular season, when they're the only team on the floor engaged through 4 games, they can get to the rim anytime they want to, and they can just light you up. What does that really prove? What does that really do? Because you saw them last year where they were a juggernaut at just dominating teams to 57 wins, and they could not replicate that in the playoffs because teams are engaged for 48 minutes, and teams are playing more stringent defense that they don't play in Adam Silver's NBA in November. So, you can do it, but what does it net you? This at least nets you a better chance to win a championship.
You take a lot of subtle shots at Adam Silver. They're saying Adam Silver's NBA.
I mean, David Stern's not happy right now.
Shea's not taking too many threes. I mean, you could say he's taking too many threes, but it's by design. He might tell you that because he's taking more than he naturally would. He's taken more than he ever has. It is a small sample, but this is the regular season. The Thunder's reached the point where their best player, he reached peak efficiency, and now he's trying to add something new to his game that could really pay off down the road. So I think, his season-long field goal percentage is going to dip from where it's been, especially if this volume keeps up. But again, it makes him a more dangerous offensive player.
I agree. I think ultimately it'll change the way defenders have to defend him, just knowing that there's a threat that he's going to shoot, because they're still going to respect it. Whether he goes 2 of 10 tonight or, again, Friday night, whatever it is, they're still going to respect the shot. And if he's a threat from the 3-point line, it opens up his driving lane that much more too. So makes him that much more dangerous.
What is Shea? A 35% career 3-point shooter? What's the number?
34.2 maybe.
I just wonder, if it does get to the point where defenses are fine conceding that shot.
Which could happen.
Yeah. And it also could go the other way, where if you have to respect that shot, then you have no chance to defend Shea.
Yeah.
Because we already call him unguardable, but really, if you have to respect that shot and play him above the elbow, he's just going to manipulate you to death, and it's just game over.
34.8.
Yeah.
Which is on the edge.
Yeah. I'm on the edge with you.
It's below average.
Yeah.
Aren't we all? I just think that with Shea, whenever you look at his ability to shoot the basketball, it's pivotal, of course, for him long term. And as Mark always points out with every question almost that you ask him, cost benefit. The cost benefit of not being an otherworldly efficient player and getting to be a championship level player, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And you could always go back to not taking a ton of threes.
Yeah, it's not as though this is a thing that you're just frozen in time.
It's not like he's going to forget how to lead the league in drives.
Sorry, guys, forgot how to get to the paint.
Yeah.
This question comes from Usmuding. Usmuding wants to know, the Thunder at 18 steals tonight. What will be their best steal total this season? Price is Right rules. You can't go over.
22.
I was going to say 21.
Didn't you say 18 was the second most in Thunder
the
history?
second most, and we didn't find out what the number one most was. I guess in my head, I just thought it was 19 because 18 was the second most.
Maybe. I'm going 22. Taylor Swift. Era's Night, December 13th, OKC Blue.
I'll go 19.
19?
Yeah.
It's very tame.
20 is
what
still on the table.
$1?
$1. One steal.
Don't overbid.
One steal.
Wow.
You guys are all going down. No, I'll say 18 is a lot. 18 is a lot of steals. I'll say 20.
Okay. 19, 20, 21, 22.
We got all the numbers
All
there.
the numbers there.
Way to go, guys.
So basically 22 and up, I win, and anything less, y'all are going to win.
That's how it
Yeah.
works.
That's
That's exactly how it'll work.
Just for the audience at home that didn't watch Price is Right growing up whenever you were sick. I was more of a He's more of a Family Matters kind of guy.
What?
Just when you
How do you watch Family Matters when you're sick?
Yeah, because it's on ABC Family in the midday.
Okay.
Home from school.
Home from
I
school
got you.
midday. Didn't particularly love Jim Carrey or whoever the guy is that hosts it is. Carrey. What's his name?
Jim Carrey.
Carrey?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
come on,
Drew-
Rylan.
No.
Whose line is it
Drew
anyways,
Carey.
guy?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey, the forgettable Carey. Whose line is
Also,
it
you have
anyways?
no
That's
memories
right.
of Bob Barker.
I forget how
I
young
have
you
no
are.
idea who Bob Barker is.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Wow.
Although I did like Drew and Whose Line Is It Anyway? I want to get that out there.
Just so everybody knows out
It's
there.
just my official stance on Drew.
Jim
Price
Carrey.
is right, wrong.
He's
Whose
either
line?
watching
Great.
Jim Carrey on The Price is Right or Family Matters when he's homesick.
Another one was Step by Step.
Yeah, step by step.
Yeah.
Full
Great.
House was another ABC Family classic.
Yeah.
Much better programming whenever they're ABC Family. Now they're freeform.
I wonder if there's any more questions.
We got a ton more questions. This is from loyal listener at Medicine Clam wants to know, AJ is going to get converted to a standard contract, right? 38th pick in the draft, is a rotation level player on a finals contender 4 games into his career. Wild.
Agreed.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be surprised if somehow he starts this way and then doesn't get converted at some point.
I just think you have to remember that they have 50 games. Like they have 50
There's
games
a lot of time. Yes.
for AJ to play.
He'll be on a 2-way for a
And
little while.
you have no reason to sacrifice that flexibility just
No.
because he's playing well. Because they didn't do it with Wiggins. Like if you remember the Wiggins thing, people were always freaking out near the deadline. Why isn't he on a contract? Because at the deadline, they used that flexibility to take on an additional player,
Yeah.
waived them, brought over Wiggins to a standard deal. They're going to do the same thing with
There's
AJ.
no
Like,
need.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a single reason to convert him prior to the trade deadline.
Yeah. And the rules were more restrictive back then, but like Lou Dort wasn't converted
Right.
until after the season,
He
after
couldn't
his
practice.
Huh?
He couldn't practice.
right. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
not 50
That
it was 50
that was
days,
the
not
weirdest
games.
thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. At Patrick Sievert wants to know, do you still think that Jubb gets the Thunder's second
Jubb.
All-Star spot? I still think that he's definitely going to have a chance. He has not had the hot start that we all thought that he would, but it's been 4 games.
Are we calling him Jubb?
Yeah, what's that
I
about?
think they left out a D, maybe.
No, this is like a fry pod thing, I think. I
Oh,
think
is
I've heard
it?
this in the
Oh,
fry
it
pod
Yeah,
is.
before.
Jay called him Jubb one
Jay.
time.
Jay.
Didn't he also mess up Oos? Sorry, Jay.
Yeah,
don't know.
I should have
He
known
did a
that.
lot of stuff.
he just hates on me.
Jay and I go way
That's
back.
actually one of my favorite fry pod members.
Yeah,
In the top 4.
he's great. He's top 4. He's in the
Top
top
4 fry
4.
podder.
The Thunder is going to get 2 All-Stars, and they're going to be Shea and Chet.
I'd have to co-sign to that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. And I just think that it is really hard to be a big man in the All-Star game because you have the legacy spots. There's only so many centers that they're going to take. But as of right now, you have to go with Chet as a second All-Star. But I would not, by any means, rule out J-Dub.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even talked about like medical replacements, stuff like that.
Also, if the Thunder, I think I said this on your esteemed podcast, Rylan, but if the Thunder is entering the All-Star break or, when voting is closing and they have like 5, 6, 7 game leads, like something crazy like that, it might be a thing where the narrative is, hey, the Thunder deserves not even 2, but 3 All-Stars. And if that's the case, then an old Jubb is going
Old Jubb.
to be hooping in the All-Star game.
Jubbing it up.
Now entering Jubb.
Wow.
Now entering Jubb. At OKC
It's a
Fig,
bad name.
when do you think the Thunder will no longer be undefeated?
Saturday.
Oh, you think the Clippers?
Yeah. Second night of the back-to-back. Everybody from the fan base perspective is really excited about it. But
I feel like that's a reverse jinx.
No,
that you're
no,
just
no, no,
trying
no.
to
I
do.
think
I
you
respect
really have to
that.
lay
If
it
it is,
out.
I respect it.
You have to lay it out. Like this is their second 3-game and 4-night stretch of the season, traveling to the West Coast, playing Portland Friday night with no backup center. Of course, the injury stuff is now prolonged because Jay was out another 4 to 6 weeks.
Mhm.
Kenrich is revamping with the blue. We'll see what that looks like. And of course, we know about Hardenstein. So no backup big again on a second night of a back-to-back. I don't know. I just think it'll be tough. I would not just blow over this West Coast trip, and they're bound to lose eventually.
I just don't think the Clippers have nearly enough offense to beat a team
That's true.
with this defense that the Thunder have. I just don't see a way it happens without Kawhi. I mean, it's possible.
This could be a
And the
special
Clippers
start,
have a good
though.
defense too. The Clippers do have a good defense, and the Thunder have been struggling offensively. So maybe there's a path there. The Nuggets make sense. The second you got to play in Denver again,
and they're going to be
if I
motivated.
had to choose one, they'll be motivated.
Although, I mean, they had to have been motivated for their home opener,
Right?
Season opener. I mean, we say that, but
That's what I'll go with. November 6th at Denver.
Yeah.
Probably had a party on the 5th for multiple reasons. One being my birthday. Hangover in the Mile High. But if they get past the Clippers, things could get spicy. Because the Dunkers are not going to let them lose on Friday.
That cannot happen.
No, the Dunkers are going to be so raucous.
That would be terrible.
That it's not going to happen.
That would be very terrible. A lot of people are asking if AJ Mitchell is a guy. It's just too. I think that he's on his way.
Can't assume anything.
I think he's on his way. Yeah, he's definitely on his way to being a guy.
Trajectory says, but
you're the only one on this podcast who.
Yeah, you only have a guy stick.
Yeah, well, I want it to mean something,
We'll leave that to the pros.
Yeah, at one point I declared, I've declared a lot of guys that weren't guys.
Who's your number one guy regret?
Did you ever declare Poku a guy?
No.
Thank God.
I declared him the special man that he is.
Yeah. He went as far as you could go with Poku without going all the way.
Tell you what.
Deontay Burton was one that I was like, definitely a guy.
The gimmickiest of gimmicks.
What?
Deontay Burton was a gimmick.
No, I'm still a believer. Saw him at 7-Eleven the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buying a Slurpee?
No, but he we stopped and talked, and he's
a great guy. He was here for the G League last year.
He's still trying to make it.
Good for him, man.
I hope it works.
Good for him.
I hope it works.
Yeah, I regret how all in I was on Baisley. I'll admit it.
Oh, I don't regret it.
It became a
shtick,
thing.
What is it? What do you mean you
shtick.
regret it? Like, what do you?
I mean, I can admit that I was wrong about thinking that he could play small ball 5. It was clearly, in my mind, he could play it only.
In your defense, going into the bubble that year, a lot of people thought Baisley could play small ball 5.
Was a thing.
Bubble Bays.
I watched those highlights at least once a week. Bubble Bays.
Yeah.
I was a big Isaiah Roby guy. I was telling Andrew that earlier today.
Yeah, we had a little confessional time.
Yep. Thought Isaiah Roby would at least be a steady NBA contributor.
The leader of the Breakfast Club.
That's right.
Now he's in Germany.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
He was playing for the Worcestershire Knicks.
I thought Jeremy Lamb was going to be a guy. Just like his profile, like the shooting profile.
Did he ever get the guy status for the Hornets?
Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah.
He's just so tired.
Jeremy
Every time
Lamb,
he
though,
drives.
had a better career than all the guys we've mentioned.
regretted. That's kind of a look at me. I'm
Thanks,
Brandon.
Joe.
Appreciate
that.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
that's true.
I will say the one I don't regret is Jalen Green. He's coming along, baby.
Yeah, you believe her?
Oh, you should go back and listen to the Locked On Thunder draft profile on Jalen Green.
Yeah,
I said
that
that he was
sounds like
gonna-
a lot of fun.
Jalen Green's had.
Oh, wow,
Joe.
That's tough.
Joe's getting a little slap happy here at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Jalen Green's march has arrived a little bit early this season.
We're doing this check. Well, I said he's going to be a multi-time NBA scoring leader. Clearly not going to happen now.
Yeah,
but man, is he cooking?
He started off
He's
really well
cooking
this
a
season.
cake
it's great.
and a waffle.
Listen to Thunder After Dark for those references. Who do you guys think? This is not a Twitter question. This is a question from me.
An Andy special.
Why are you reading it from your phone then?
I don't know. I don't know why you're still looking down.
Just be quiet for just a second so that I can get this question out. Because I'm looking at the standings in the West. Who should the Thunder be most scared of in the Western Conference right now?
I think it's the Mavs.
As far as pushing them for the number 1 seed, or just
in the playoffs.
Let's say for both. Let's say for pushing them for the number 1 seed. Let's start with that one. Who should they be scared of most?
I think the Mavs. For the talk of the Thunder's offensive woes, Luka's struggled offensively a bit as well. His shot's not falling either, and they're still winning. So, I mean, I think the team around Luka and Kyrie has gotten a little bit better. So, to me, it's the Mavs, especially with the Nuggets falling off a bit. The Wolves, it's hard to predict what's going to happen with the Wolves right now and how Randall and DiVincenzo are fitting in. So I got to go Mavs.
Yeah, I would go Mavs for sure for like losing in the playoffs because you don't want to face Kyrie and Luka in the playoffs. They have Clay now, who's going to be able to have shots generated for him. That's really, really good. And then you can always have an outlier series again with PJ and all those other guys on top of what Luka and Kyrie can do. Regular season, I agree that like I'm obviously not like jumping ship from Denver, but I think it's very clear they don't care enough about the regular season to push OKC like they did a year ago for the 1 seed. But I'm not giving up on Minnesota yet for the regular season because like they're keeping pace a little bit, like to most of their ability, and they still have not played really good defense yet. And they have Rudy Gobert, who is just consensus always is having his teams in the top 5 of defense. So I just think that eventually, whenever the defense clicks for them, and you figure out Dante DiVincenzo's role, Julius Randle's role, they had a lot of turnover right before camp. I just think that Minnesota and OKC will be the top 2 regular season teams.
In the regular season, I am going Dallas and then Phoenix. I think they're going to rack up a bunch of wins. Postseason, Denver.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm still a believer.
Okay. Even with a non-shooter.
Their bench stinks, but they don't have to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
True.
They got to shoot, though.
Yeah, they do have to shoot.
So
they'll solve it. There's time.
Plenty of time.
Got
We haven't even cracked an egg yet, Joe.
Nothing but time. Nothing but time. I think the egg is cracked.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Split or no?
What?
Like, have you only cracked it on the side of the cabinet, or have you split it open?
Oh, it's split open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yolk all running.
You're a cabinet cracker?
Typically cabinet cracker,
Really?
the seal of the cabinet. You could
I'm
also
a
go bowl cracker, but
Yeah.
I'm a
the
pan
thing with
cracker.
the bowl, see the pan. I
Just
don't know.
straight into the pan.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're from, but
the
in
side of the
Lawton we
pan.
use kind of flimsy pans, so it's not a great crack.
But
I don't know.
but very sturdy cabinets, though.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's great woodwork. That house has been there since 1962. Look it up, folks. Actually, don't. That'd be doxing me. But
Wow.
should have done pot at 1 a.m. in my defense.
No, this is great. This is great. Yeah, Dallas has been the team besides the Thunder that's looked the best in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
I would
Without
say.
Luka playing at his A game yet.
Yeah, I think
Scary.
that they've looked the best.
And without Jason Kidd hitting the right buttons. Like, what are we doing with Gafford there?
I don't know. Gafford's he gives a ton of effort. He's just not very good.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah.
That's
I
Really
do
is.
that'll be
still
my
wonder about
tombstone one
their
day.
perimeter defense, though. Losing Derrick Jones Jr. That'd be my
Najee
one question
Marshall,
mark.
though.
Najee
Quentin Grimes.
Don't talk about
Quentin
Najee Marshall right now.
Grimes, Andrew.
Don't bring that. Don't bring that to the table. That's an off-season conversation. He's not been good since the season started. Don't do that.
He got a big
It's
steal
4
yesterday.
games, 5 games,
Yeah,
however
come on,
many
Andrew.
they played.
You can't poo-poo everything and then talk about Najee Marshall this way. Huge steal against Minnesota in Minnesota yesterday.
He's just not been that good.
Quentin Grimes, really good.
really good.
Good.
Okay.
But we got to remember that they didn't play him in their 3rd game. They played him a ton of other games.
Yeah.
But sorry that you hate the Mavericks.
I do.
I mean, goodness gracious.
It's true. That's okay.
I'm so glad we can't read these comments from where we're
Yeah,
sitting
and
because I'm
I don't want to go back and
terrified.
look at them. They're going to be pretty bad.
What are you terrified about? The Dunkers are kind people for the most
I hope
part.
so.
I don't know. Yeah, they're
I
good
hope
people.
so. Good to you. But you're Andrew. You're
I'm a dunker. If we
I'm a
listen,
dunker.
if we listen to the pod, are we
I'm
dunkers?
subscribed on multiple platforms.
Totally.
Down
I don't have like a dunker card.
Totally.
I'm subscribed on
Dunker too.
YouTube, Apple. I don't
great.
use Spotify, or else I would be on Spotify. But
Well, I appreciate all of that.
of course.
Any and all of that. Okay. Is there anything else you guys
Since
want to get
7th
off your
grade.
chest before we end this show?
I went to the press because of you.
You what?
I went to the press because of you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was listening to your podcast and
Yeah.
whatever it was, 8th, 9th grade, and
Yeah.
then you talked about the press, and I was like, well, Mom, we got to go there.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's still great. Shout out to the press. Go eat at the press.
Did your mom like it?
she loved it.
What'd you get? Did you get the Buffalo Mac?
Because of you, I did, and then she had like a deli sandwich type deal. It
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they do great
Also went
stuff.
to that brewery that you talked about.
Yeah? Anthem?
Anthem. My favorite ever beer was from there. I've
Yeah?
never found it ever again. It was a mango beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Mongo.
Mango. Jonathan Monbo. He had to start for the Raptors.
Jonathan Mobo, yeah. He's played a lot of minutes. Anything else? You guys, this is your time.
No, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
If you dress up as Elvis, send me a picture of it and tell me your favorite Elvis song or movie.
Yep. For all you Elvis people, please do that. Please buy tickets to Down to Dunk Night.
Mm-hmm.
Get them today. We are going to do the Fry Pod live that night. I am ironing out details. I'm hoping to have those details by Friday. And then if you don't buy the Down to Dunk ticket to the game, you can still come join us for the Fry Pod live Friday night. So even if you don't go to the game, you can join us for the Fry Pod live, honestly. So you should do that. Hope you guys are doing great. We'll talk to you guys again on Friday.
Peace out. Are we still live? Right? Shout out.